Alright, what's up everyone, I'm Loki, and on May 3rd, DK Metcalf announced that he will be attempting to qualify for the Olympics on May 9th, and that's coming up pretty soon. Now, I want to take a look at if DK Metcalf could actually do that. Now, to be more specific, DK Metcalf actually entered himself into the 100-meter event at the USATF Golden Games track meet, and there he will need to beat a time of 10.2 seconds in a 100-meter dash to be able to qualify to go to the next stage, which I believe he will then have to qualify for the Olympics. I don't believe he can just go straight into the Olympics off of that, but he has to get 10.2 seconds. That's basically the entire thing. At this track meet, 100-meter dash, he has to get 10.2 seconds. How can he do it? Me personally, I have 3 methods in which I can test the capability of DK Metcalf to get this 10.2 second time on the 100-meter dash, and those 3 methods are his 40-yard dash, his chase down on Budda Baker, and his somewhat of a chase down on the pick 6 in the playoffs. Now, before we get into any of that, we have to know that 100 meters is the equivalent of 109.361 yards. Now, that is going to be the basis of every single thing we do here today to get the time for a 100-meter dash if everything goes as according to whatever we're looking at, either the chase down, the 40-yard dash, or the second chase down of the pick 6 that didn't really happen. So to begin, as it is the most iconic, we are going to be taking a look at the DK Metcalf chase down on Budda Baker. Now, I can't show the clip because every single clip is copyrighted because it's so famous. However, if you look at the stats, DK Metcalf reached a top speed of 22.64 miles per hour. Now, taking this 22.64 miles per hour and putting it into a converter from miles per hour to meters per second, and then taking 100 meters divided by that number of meters per second, you get the fact that DK Metcalf could run 100 meters if everything worked perfectly, him going top speed 9.88 seconds. Now, of course, this is very unrealistic because you don't start at 22.64 miles per hour, you start at 0. And that's why we have to take the other 2 events into consideration. Now, for the second test, this is probably going to be much more rough when it comes to the data, but I do believe that it'll mean a little bit more because in the last one, we had an exact miles per hour that we could use, but that was just the top speed. We didn't know the exact, what he went from 0 to that time, how fast, how far. We didn't have any of that. But this one, the pick 6 against the Rams, where the Rams got a pick 6 in the playoffs, and DK Metcalf attempted to chase him down. He began at the 43-yard line from a standstill, and then he tried to chase him down. He was unsuccessful, but we have the ability to take somewhat of a 40-yard dash time from him at a standstill at the 43-yard line to the 3-yard line where he kind of gave up. Now, this, I believe, is going to be a very good time to actually use for what he could possibly do, and this is how I'm going to do it. Now, I've put the video into Sony Vegas. I will not be able to show you the video once again because it is copyrighted out of its mind because it's the playoffs. However, I have it right here. I have the starting point at exactly where he begins to run to chase down the man. He is at the 43-yard line, and the ending point is when he touches the 3-yard line. So he begins at 0 seconds, 43-yard line, and he ends actually at the 2-yard line at 4.25 seconds. That is fast. Now, if you take that 4.25 second speed for DK Metcalf running 41 yards, and then you take the 4.25 and divide it by 41, you get how many seconds it takes you to run 1 yard, and you get right around 0.10. But I'm going to take the exact number and multiply it by 109.361 because that's how many yards are in a 100-meter dash. And when you do that, you get 11.336 seconds. That's not enough. That is over a whole second slower than he needs to be for this 100-meter dash. Now, of course, this kind of makes sense because if you take a look at what it would be for if you took the top speed of the last one, if you convert the 22.64 miles per hour that we got from the next gen stats of DK Metcalf running down Budda Baker, and if you convert that to feet per second, you get 33.205 feet per second. Divide that by 3 to get yards, and you get 11.068 yards per second. Now you take 40 and divide it by that 11.068, and you get a 3.61 40-yard dash. That is absolutely insane. That is way too fast. And that just kind of shows how fast DK Metcalf would have to be to actually meet the requirements to get that 10.2 seconds. It's going to be tough. Do I think he can do it? Maybe. We have one more test that'll kind of be the be-all end-all to show if he can actually do it or not. Now, the last thing that we're going to be looking at is DK Metcalf's 40-yard dash. Now, I believe this is probably the best measurement that you can possibly have because 1, he's not wearing a helmet or pads, and 2, he goes from a complete standstill and he goes and runs full speed to 40 yards. Now, he can continue to run, continue to accelerate in a 100-meter dash because it's much longer than 40 yards, but I think we have a pretty good showing of what he can do going from 0 to 40. Now, we're going to use the same exact formula that we had for the 4.25 seconds going 41 yards, but we're of course going to change the 4.25 seconds to 4.33, what DK Metcalf's 40-yard dash time is, and change the 41 yards to 40 yards. So when we do that, we actually get a much slower pace, and we get 11.838 seconds to run the 100-meter dash. That is nowhere near fast enough for DK Metcalf to make it. Now, 100% I believe in DK Metcalf, alright? When you look at the numbers, him going full speed, he can make it. Him going from 0 to 40 doesn't seem like he can really make it. But it's all about DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is a competitor. No one will ever take that away from him. If he sees a man in front of him, you better believe that he's going to try and run faster than that man. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's the thing. As a competitor, DK Metcalf is going to be trying to win. None of these actual data points actually matter because, of course, the 22.64 seconds, that could be his top speed. Maybe if he reaches that fast enough, he can have a possibility of actually making the time, but he can't start at 22.64 miles per hour. He's going to start at 0 miles per hour, and he's going to have something closer to the 4.25 seconds or the 4.33 seconds going from 0 to 40. What he does after that, how fast he gets, it's all up to him. Then again, he has probably been training. Maybe he is faster than he was before. Maybe he's slower than he was before. Who knows? He didn't run track in college, but he's a fast big man and he can do what he wants. He's going to compete. He's going to be trying to be faster than those other people. Now, the absolute slowest he could be would be a 40-yard dash time of 3.73 seconds. Do I think DK Metcalf can have a 40-yard dash of 3.73 seconds and maintain the top speed that he reaches at the end of that? Maybe. We'll see. All right? That's all I can say. We'll see what DK Metcalf ends up doing. I think this is a very interesting thought experiment to see how fast he would need to be, how fast he has been, how fast he's shown that he can be. It'll be fun to watch DK Metcalf attempt to duke it out against some of the fastest people on planet Earth as an absolutely big, brolic man that can body almost anybody in the NFL. It'll be really fun to watch someone that big going and competing against people that are going to be scrawny and quick. It's just going to be hilarious to see the sight, but I really believe in him. I hope that he actually puts up a good time. I hope he doesn't embarrass himself, but do I think he's going to be able to meet the qualifying time? Probably not. He works on things other than just being fast for 100 meters, and that's what's most important. He makes a lot of money playing football. He has a lot of fame playing football. He's very good at playing football, and I think that's fine if he's still very good at football and he doesn't beat people that have trained their whole life to run 100 meters, you know? I think it'll be fun to watch. I think it'll be a great sight to see him being bigger than everybody else around him, but I don't personally think he'll be able to make the time. I still will support him. Hopefully he does, but that's going to do it for this video. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. Do you think DK Metcalf can beat that 10.2 second time? Do you think he can run a 3.73 40-yard dash and maintain the top speed all the way to the end of 109.361 yards? Let me know down below in the comments. But with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. Have a great day.